What a day. What a day. Good evening, world, and welcome to Monday, 1st of September. Yes, September already. And do you know what we've achieved today? I've been here today with Dave, famous Dave, trying to get this. We need to get this nearly finished or finished so we can start on that over there, which is going to be another project, but we're going to complete that one. Yeah, what a day. It started out all right. Day ride this morning, we had a cup of tea, got ourselves sorted out. We'd got that bit there more or less stoned up, ready to go. We were stoning this one, and then all of a sudden Dave goes, oh, my track's a bit slack on my little digger. I better just put some grease in it and tighten the track up. Yep, no problem, we'll do that. Next minute he calls me across and goes, got a bit of a problem here. And I said, oh, what's that? He goes, well, he said, I was tightening my track up and nothing was really happening. He said, and then I found this. Half of the pins broken. So he'd been pumping up and pumping up and pumping up, and the front roller was pushing its way through the track. So that was it, stopped. Rang Scott at Iron and Earth and said, Scott, have you got any old tracks to get us going? Fair play, he went and had a look. No, we've got nothing here, nothing in the scrap bin or anything that we can set, and we've got nothing on the shelf that size, because we wanted something to fit that. He said, but I found one for you. He ran me back, fair play, he ran me back within 10 minutes. He said, I found one for you, but it's up by Oxford, 160 quid, plus the VAT. Right, okay, we'll be driving to Oxford. And then Dave said, do you know what, just in case, I'll try JCB Holt in Avonmouth, because it's only 20 miles away rather than 60 miles away. And it was 25 quid dearer than the one in Oxford. And we said, you know what, we'll just go to... So really appreciated Scott helping us out at Iron and Earth, but we ended up going to JCB Holt, buying a track off of them, and then we fitted it. So, I mean, I should have filmed some of it, because there was quite a bit of language when we were trying to fit that thing, because we thought we'd squeezed up the adjuster as far as it could go, and we were there with bars and shovels and levers trying to get the track off. And then Dave goes, I wonder if it is all squeezed out. Got a bar and really give it a shove, and it went back another 6 inches, and then it was easy. So today, all this should have been completed. All this should be done, so that should be levelled and whacked, that should be levelled and whacked, this is levelled and whacked. This should have been completed, but now we've got to whack that middle one, we've got to finish levelling this tomorrow and whacking this, and then we are down to membrane, well, sand. It'll be sand next, and then membrane, and then concrete. But I think this is as far as we're getting for now, until we've dug the foot in for the extension that's going over there for my dad. Anyway, that's that. I am now off to Dursley because I've been told off. I'm not going to mention any names, but we've recently got back into working with Stroud District Council, doing a lot of work for them. Not tree work, because we can't do that because we haven't got the contract for that, but other work for them, which is going really well. I mean, we've had lots and lots of small jobs come in, and we've kept up with them and we've got them done, and everybody's really happy. But I did look at a couple of big jobs in the middle of last month that I went out and met the housing officers on site to walk around all these estates to look at this stuff. And I wrote it all down thinking I was going to quote the whole lot in one. Came back and then found out that actually I have to itemise every single address because funds have to be allocated, blah, 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 whatever. So I got to do it again. But the one housing officer, there was no rush for her because she was going off for a minor op and she was going to be off for some weeks. Another housing officer was off for a couple of weeks, so there was no rush. But then of course harvest happened, and straw hauling, and disking, and drilling, and rolling, and all that other great stuff that's happened the last 2 or 3 weeks, and I haven't done it. So yes, so one of those housing officers rang me today and said, is there something I said, something I did that no, I haven't got my quote? And I said, no, it's nothing like that. It was just, and I can hear her giggling in the background. I can hear 2 ladies in the background giggling. And I said, what's the noise in the background? She goes, oh, that's a couple of my colleagues giggling because they've given you work and it's already completed and already done and they're really happy. And, you know, I'm not saying the sun shines out of your backside, but, you know, close on, and I haven't even got my quote. I go, yeah, okay, sorry, I'll go and do it tonight. And I can see her, I can picture her looking at her phone going, yeah, right, yeah, believe you. So I'm going to go and do it. So to that particular housing officer, who will know who I'm talking about if she sees this, I'm going to go to Dursley and I'm going to go and walk round 3 estates. Should be back by 10. All right, I might have over-egged it a bit when I said by 10 o'clock. It's actually, do you know what, I've just finished walking around 7 o'clock. So, but then I was walking by myself. I knew where I was going. I knew what I was looking at. I just had to refresh myself as to what we were doing. So yeah, it didn't take very long. So I will be home by 7:30 and in bed by 11. Happy days. And home again. Actually, it's all going swimmingly well. So, in fact, so well. Right, just put some fuel in my Land Rover. Topped it up because I need it tomorrow. Provided I can get the cattle in, which I should be able to because the feeder was empty today. They've not been bawling. They're not come up shouting at me. But the idea is if I put a bale in the feeder tomorrow, call them up, they should come in the shed. I can separate out the animal that I want, which will be the biggest and oldest steer we have, and get him ready to go tomorrow afternoon. So he won't actually go down the chute, for want of a better expression, until Wednesday morning. I prefer to take him Tuesday night. They spend the night in lair, which is basically they spend the night in a pen with other cattle to settle down, get the adrenaline out of the system, and then tomorrow I'll just literally open the door, walk through the door, and that's it, done. So yeah, so that's a job for tomorrow. Not my favourite job. If you've been with me for a while, you'll know it's not my favourite job. So, but there you go. All the boxes from the first animal are sold. There are none left. There are 4 boxes for the next animal, which is coming back in November, and there are 5 boxes still left for the December animal. So yeah, if you want a beef box in November or December, let me know and I'll put you on the reserve list. Right, I've been talking to you and my microphone's been right over there. I forgot to put it on.